have a Week 2 clash here on EA Sports College Football. It's the TCU Horned Frogs and the Florida Gators. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
I caught up with the Horned Frogs head coach before the game. He is concerned going to an environment like this, one of the best crowds in all of college football. They make it loud and frenetic. He has talked to his quarterback and his center about having a high level of communication here on the road. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Florida's offense will go on the attack first. Burnell Brown III. Every time he gets a chance to make a play, the entire stadium holds its breath.
And man, this guy is fun to watch. You do not want to take a bathroom break. Sit in your seat when this offense has the ball, because at any point in time, this receiver can make the unbelievable highlight catch, David. His catch radius is as good as there is in all of college football. He has an unbelievable ability to just reel it in. We just expect it to happen today.
It's just a knack, and it's almost like every weekend you're going through.
There's some room. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. The Gators, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Out of the gun to give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Jones to throw. Pocket breaking down. He's sacked. This defense all over him.
Man, you can't draw it up any better than that. First possession, force a 3rd down. You want to shut the home crowd up, sack the quarterback, create some momentum. Now you're getting the football back to your offense, probably with great field position.
And the punt will hit at the 1, just a little too far for them to be able to down it. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20. The Horned Frogs offense will now get its first chance with the football. Here's the bruising running back, Jordan Davison. He has become a key piece of this offense. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They go right back to him. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. That is their sophomore defensive end, and as with any injury, they hope this is just a momentary thing. Holly will check on him in a bit. Wants to throw on 3rd down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
He's going to take off. Quarterback gets the 1st down. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, 1st down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one. And the Horned Frogs have this offense rolling. Gonna run it. It's Davison. Doing some serious work on the ground. Out of bounds at the 35 after that big run. The Horned Frogs back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Wants to adjust the pattern. Might as well give it to him again. They are ready this time. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage. And after that big run, the defense answers.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that rate and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
And he's knocked down.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football to play than quarterback. You know, all the space in the game, the speed of the game, the big bodies out wide. But to be able to break on those short passes and be an open field tackler like that and give up no yards and protect deep, that's a nice job by the corner.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. Finds his big tight end. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. The Horned Frogs want to pick up the tempo. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
The offense making a statement early in this game. They're going to open the entire playbook, and they're going to show this defense so many different looks and try to keep them on their heels. I love that play call. You could see the defense wasn't sure what was going on.
Second down, he'll throw it. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation.
Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Quick strike through the air for the score. They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
And took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Handoff from the gun. Shakes off the defender. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
How about the linebacker breaking on the football, seeing the quarterback, the ball comes out, he moves right to where the ball's going, nice anticipation, and swats the ball to the ground.
Trying play action. Quickly complete. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. They'll go right back to the run. Just a gain of 2, and now they're looking at 3rd and 8.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Still 3rd down, but a little less manageable after that penalty. Jones wants to throw it. Buys a little time. That slides a little early and short, and now it's going to be 4th down. The Gators decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. The Horned Frogs offense takes the field, ready to get going. Already a solid start to this one, now back to work with this 7-0 lead. To the air on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Davison. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Pulls it in. It's Davison. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. We've reached the break, and TCU is holding the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. And he won't make it to the marker, stonewalled for the 2nd straight play. And the Horned Frogs will call on their punt team. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Trailing 7-0 as they try to get this offense humming. Off-play action on 1st down. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the 1st half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they...
And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
Hey, man, it's fun to watch a defense that really knows how to pressure the quarterback and that have guys that can win up front. That's the 4th sack of the day. We're still in the 1st half, but they got a bunch of guys up front that twist and stunt and move and know how to rush the passer. This offense has got to find a way to get the ball out quicker and protect better up front.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. And the Gators will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Tom.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
The Horned Frogs peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Brings into the open. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
You might get away with grabbing just about anything except the face mask. Got to keep those hands below the face mask. And the Horned Frogs trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll run play action. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
This defense is not going to be patient with this quarterback. They know that they have to affect him, and they have to dictate to him. So that time, they send the blitz. They're not even giving him an opportunity to sit back there and peruse the field. They flush him out. They're able to rally to him, get him down to the ground. I like the aggressive nature of the defense here.
Looking for the score. Touchdown, TCU. Fitted in the window for the score.
Nice drive, nice touchdown. I love this offense's response to what happened a week ago. Listen, we're 0-1, so be it. Let's put the foot on the gas. Let's move forward, get better, and they have in game 2 so far.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Pressure coming, and he never had a chance.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point, they know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Jones to throw. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. The Gators send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. They'll field this one in tight quarters. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. Using his legs, it's Davison. Trucks through the defender.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. This time he wants to throw. Makes the catch.
The #1 goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him. Try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job getting there, getting the hit on him. But nice job of executing by the quarterback. Taking the hit, delivering the strike.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. The Gators are going to call their first timeout. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. The Horned Frogs will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And and they won't be able to down it. It goes into the end zone for a touchback. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And it's such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Finds his man. It's Mays.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. Clock is stopped. Florida has called a timeout at second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Under fire. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Jones wants to throw it. Blasted as he lets it go. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Gators will send out the punt unit. They call it a coffin corner kick for a reason, and you really can't do it any better than that. He puts that thing out of bounds right around the goal line.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
On the run, it's Davison. Picked up a few on that run, but this defense able to keep him contained here late in.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. They'll just run the ball in the middle of the field and watch that clock continue to wind here late in the first half. So 3rd and short from inside the 20. You convert here, and this drive takes on a different complexion. He's going to run it. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. As the Gators head for the locker room by the watchful eye, that bull Gator head. Let's check in with Kevin Connors at the half. And the Gators will kick it off to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. TCU ready to crank things up on this drive. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll mistakes.
Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Fires to the middle. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. Great place to start for this offense. They'll move the tight end. The hand to the running back. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
He's got it again. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. The Gators are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up fourth down as this defense makes a play.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Trying to get it to the marker. Maybe some room. Got some room into the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Gators!
And the offense punches it in again, and we call his name again. That's 2 touchdowns now in 2 games with still more to be played. I tell you what, I think this guy's name will be called a lot more throughout the season. He's that kind of good.
On the move from inside his 5. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is a field-flipping machine. Take it on one end, return it to the other.
And now you get to celebrate. What a beautiful job. We always talk about defense. We always talk about offense. But, man, when your special teams come through for you and score, it is huge, and it provides such a boost for the crowd.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Turning it on! They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down.
And as a defensive guy, man, when you play a QB like this that will take off and run and has the speed to make you pay, it just limits what you can do. It limits the amount of coverages. It just makes you play a lot more hesitant. And you can see right there, man, the guy's got speed. Interested to see how this defense continues to attack this QB.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Throw to the right side, that's Wilson. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Gators line up to punt it away. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. The Horned Frogs offense takes the field, ready to get going. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. They'll try the right side. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
A lot of times with these RPOs, you see linebackers so slow, they don't want to mess up. Not on this one. Watch the defense attack downhill, go get the running back, get a tackle for a loss.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
And this is a little close, a little too close for comfort, but I'll tell you what, a quarterback's got to be aware, right? When they're taking shots or throwing the football close to their own end zone, got to know where they're at so they don't give up the safety. Good job by the quarterback. I'd like him to get rid of the football next time, but at least he didn't take the safety.
And the returner will be dragged down. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to...
There he goes! Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
It's a draw. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Play is stopped as they check on an injured Gator. And the Gators are threatening in the red zone. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Moffitt. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. Absolutely perfect. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Back to pass. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels football.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. And the Horned Frogs will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Take the return out of the equation in this rainy weather. Fair catch is signaled for and made. The Gators sending the offense back to work. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets heightened. Everything becomes more critical. This drive is crucial because you've got to cut into this deficit and put some points on the board.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The Gators trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Jones to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Fires to the tight end. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've reached the break, and TCU is holding the lead. Now let's take a look at the stats in what has been a nip-and-tuck affair. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Run in the red zone, it's Moffitt. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Pulls and fires complete to the right. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. 3rd and 4. Running inside, it's Moffitt. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. And it's good! And they're back within a score here in the 4th.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. After the 7-yard completion, it's now 2nd and 3. Looking for room, it's Davison. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. They've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, 4th quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Looking to fire. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Holding his 4th quarter lead, and they're going to try to finish it off with a gamble on 4th down. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Now the play fake. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. That's a fumble. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They just got a huge break, and now they need to put this ball into the end zone. A field goal really doesn't help much at this stage. Turns it loose deep, and the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. The Gators come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. The option, the keeper. Oh, the ball popped out. That's a way to mess up a drive. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. Finds a seam at the 20. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
You know, they say sometimes you got to be at the right place at the right time, and that linebacker was. When that ball came free, he saw it immediately, was able to scoop it, show you the speed, and he takes it back for a long touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. Down 2 scores in the fourth. The defense did its job to get the ball back, and now the offense has to make it pay off. Floats it out in space. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And the Gators are in the hurry-up.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know.
He lobs one high down the left side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
We're talking to the coaching staff coming into tonight. They thought they had to have success throwing the football if they were going to win this game. And one of the biggest reasons why I'd say they're losing right now is because this guy still hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. The defense has been ready for the deep shots. They're ready yet again here late in the game. Nice job forcing that incompletion.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Throws for the tight end. At the 45 on his way. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
They'll snap it from the 48 on third and short. They'll send the back in motion. Jones wants to throw it. Punch it out of the air. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They'll stop play here for a moment to have a look at this injured Horned Frog. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Might have a chance. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. They've got it. First and 10 at the 42. They're going to ride this running back. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Timeout called by the defense. 2:09 remaining on the clock.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run is coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what?
Snags it, and he's open. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. He was really beating himself up over that interception and that loss last week. I know he's thrown a pick in this one, but he's looked much more certain.
And what you ask quarterbacks to do nowadays and how much you put on their plate, one mistake is okay. Those usually aren't the ones that are going to kill you. So one mistake, back-to-back weeks, that's fine. You just can't make multiple. The team's winning this week, which is the most important stat that he cares about.
Quick release by the QB. He's got the first down, and they'll be able to run it out from here.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy late in games that you know you can trust. Game on the line, just need to get one first down. And Palmer, they can run it, they can play it safe, but they give it to their dude, and he delivers.
And that's a play.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, TCU! And the pummeling has started.
And this offense has had a good day, and more importantly, this team responded from last week. 0-1, didn't look good to start the season, bouncing back, getting a convincing victory. Nice job by this team handling adversity early in the season.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Jones to throw. intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! The defense putting points on the board.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build on, David, you're talking about.
They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football. Let him make plays.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Wants to throw it again, and why not? Outside the pocket, lets it go. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
Well, that's not a bad 3 plays in a row. Palmer, you probably never did that in your life, but 3 plays, 3 completions, he's seeing it very quickly. Good protection up front, finding his receivers, and that's 3 explosive plays in a row.
This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out, they take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.